This episode is brought to you by Red Bike Delivery. This delivery service operates only using battery-powered, eco-friendly transportation. Red Bike Delivery is there for all your delivery needs, whether it's dinner for the family, flowers for your partner, or new houseplants for your new collection. Red Bike Delivery will gladly deliver those and everything in between. So what are you waiting for? Check out Red Bike Delivery on Facebook or Instagram for more information. Red Bike Delivery, because there's only one Earth. All right, and we are live. What's going on, man?
Not much, bro.
Hopefully this is working. I just got everything rolling with the internet, and hopefully it all sounds good.
Experiment on me.
Yep. Let's see here. Let's see what the peeps on YouTube are saying.
Be live in the chat.
So what's been going on, man?
Whole lot of running.
Yeah.
Yeah, bro.
54 miles this week?
It's 53.
53.
Yeah, not that deep into it yet. This would be like the longest week of running I have, though, leading into the race. And today being the longest run I'll have.
How many miles did you run today?
I did 22, which sucked.
What time did you start?
I want to say like 12:30.
Yeah, and you just showed up.
Bro, I went home, ate, showered, and now I'm here.
Wow.
Literally, it felt like I was running all day.
Yeah, that's crazy. 22 miles is a long distance.
Bro, I was excited for this run though. Like usually I like my long runs more. I don't know why. I don't even know where to begin to describe it, but
Is it therapeutic? Do you just put music in? What do you
I
do?
didn't even listen to music today.
No.
I just thought it'd be easy for some reason. I don't know.
Was it?
No. And that was funny because I was telling myself yesterday, I did that 8-mile workout and it just had like some race speed miles in there. And I was just thinking like, because it's like a 2-minute walk after those miles. And I was like, you know what, like tomorrow's going to be so much easier than today. So like, I can't wait to get this run over with. Tomorrow's like just a steady pace that you hold.
What was your pace?
The average was 10:10. But like
That's not bad.
Slowly, like
Yeah,
my
slowly
first mile
drop.
was like 9:30 something.
And you're mainly doing trail running, right?
It's all paved,
Yeah,
but yeah, the trails. I like staying out of the way of any
Cars.
traffic or
right.
anything like. I don't like stopping during my runs. I hate like any intersection. It just irritates me. 'Cause I always catch a red light like when I'm in a good rhythm. I swear.
Yeah, that's when you got to jog in place.
Yeah, bro, I swear. It's the worst. There's times where I'm like, because I have this rule with myself, like, I'll stop, obviously, like, if the light's red. But, like, there's no cars coming anyway or the walk sign's on at least. Like, I'll keep
You
going.
just go.
I won't stop, yeah. But if I have to, I will.
So other than running, have you been lifting still?
Yeah,
Yeah,
of course.
of course.
Yeah. It's my side hobby now. No, I still lift like 4 to 5 times a week.
That's pretty good. How do you maintain that with running?
Eating.
What do you eat?
Usually, so the days I have to run and lift, I'll eat tropical smoothie after my run. It's right next to my gym. So dangerous, bro. I have my card linked to the app and everything, so I just place my order when I'm done running.
Oh, that's
It's
fine.
already ready when I get there. And I'll get this peanut paradise with whey. And there's this like crunch flatbread wrap I get.
Dude, the peanut paradise is the best.
Bro, I swear.
The best.
It's like perfect. It's so ideal, like going into a lift.
I'm just curious. Has anybody messaged you about the quality of the video?
No, my phone's dry.
Oh boy.
I can ask.
So how many days are you out from your marathon?
3 weeks from today.
3 weeks.
So exactly 21 days.
And have you been following some sort of plan, sort of running plan?
Nick Bear, I use his workout app,
Yeah.
and it has a whole marathon program in there.
And what does that consist of?
It's a 16-week program, and there's an advanced and a beginners. I did the advanced one this time, but I don't know. We'll see. I'm not like overly confident about this marathon
Why not?
because I had runner's knee, and like it still bothers me.
From the last time?
Not even. So that the last one I got the IT band syndrome, which was bothering my knee. And then right when I was like able to run again, that's when I got COVID and couldn't run for like a month. I'm serious, so weird. Like
And you got it pretty bad too, didn't
bad, yeah.
you? What was it like?
Death. But there was like 3 different times, 3 good times I thought I was a goner. I was just sitting there like like didn't even want to fight this anymore. I'm like, yo, just take me,
Just
bro.
take
Like,
me.
I don't want this smoke for real.
Oh, that's hilarious.
My first run out of quarantine, because like quarantine was like 14 days, but I had quarantined for like 3 weeks because like it was still like I was still sick like after the 14 days, and I tried to run 2 miles after that, and my chest was burning. But I'm like, yo, I'm not just about to stop at 1 mile. It's embarrassing, like I'm a runner. I'm about to post that I just ran 1 mile. And I just pushed for 2 and was just like spitting up blood after.
Oh,
Like even now my lungs are still like congested. Like I could feel
From
it when I
COVID?
run. Yeah, I'll like hack some stuff up like mid run.
Dude, when I got COVID, I was training for that 50 mile. And I'm still convinced I'm still convinced that the reason why I got COVID was because I had ran like a 26-mile race, not race, but run a couple days prior to being exposed. And then I got COVID pretty bad.
Your immune system's probably just
I think it was just taxed, and I felt great, before I got COVID, but within a couple days I tried working out. I got on the bike and I'm like, dude, I feel like I had never done cardio in my life.
That's exactly how I felt. I was like, dude, I feel like I've never even like touched a weight room or ran before in my life. Like, I feel like I've never even walked before. Like,
it was so discouraging.
It was embarrassing, bro. I'm like, what do you mean? Like, I have to start from like square one.
I remember texting my friend after I got COVID. He owns a gym, and he's like, dude, don't be an idiot. He's like, just recover. He's like,
that's a lot of people are telling me.
He's like, don't try to work out. He's like, just take your time.
It's like so easy to tell somebody though, like
I know
what to do.
I know when you're like when you're on the grind and you just want to like constantly work out. Like that's all you want to do.
Like him owning that gym, like Purity gets sick, I guarantee he'd want to be in there.
Like, right.
Coaching people back up like ASAP.
Yeah.
If you text him like, don't be an idiot, like stay home. Like, yeah, all right. It's so much easier said than done, bro. But like it was so degrading. I started like thinking like I really have to go back to like running for 5 minutes and then walking for a minute, like 10 times or something. And like, I really did that for like 3 weeks to like build myself like back into running shape. And of course, like, I want to say like 5 weeks into my race prep for this, I got runner's knee. Bad too. Like,
what is runner's knee?
It's, how do I describe it? The real name for it is patellofemoral pain syndrome, I think. But basically, the way she was describing it, she said that my hamstrings were too tight. So it was pulling my kneecap a certain way when I was running, which is causing the discomfort in this like tendon down here.
So was there a way to prevent it? Like, could you stretch
more like mobility, stuff like that, which is weird because I felt like I was doing more of that like after the IT band syndrome. But it also could just be caused from too much running or like not easing back into running.
Wow.
Which I feel is really why, because I'm like, this doesn't make any sense because I really like was more mindful of like taking care of my body.
Yeah, I remember because you got the boots and then you'd been recovering.
Yeah, bro. Yeah, like
every day.
My Theragun, my boots, like I'm stretching more, like foam rolling more. It's like that didn't make sense to me. But I was like, all right, I'll do even more now, I guess. But I really think it's just because it's an overuse injury also. So if you just do too much like repetitive like motion on it, obviously it'll.
So does it still bother you?
Yeah.
You haven't fully recovered from it?
No, like just last night I was just sitting there, just started throbbing.
So have you done anything to try to like fix that?
Bro, I ice it almost every day. I'll just sit and ice my knees. Legit, just sit there and just read or something and just put ice on my knees. Yeah, so many old people at Court 1.
You read. And they're probably like, look at that young man over there.
Yeah, looking like one of them, bro. just got ice on my knees, just reading. Probably think I have life figured out.
He's covered in tattoos, but he reads books.
It doesn't add up. Dude's a meathead and claims he's running. Nah, bro, yeah, I'll ice my knee. I've been trying to like stretch. I'll do like more for like warming up now. Like I'll stretch and foam roll before I leave the house and still do like some dynamic warm-ups before I even run.
Yeah, warming up is super important when it comes to running. Bro, especially when it's... What's that?
I never used to do it.
Yeah. I mean, when you're young, though, you don't have to worry about it. But as you get older...
Yeah.
As you get older, things become a lot more tight. And
even for my
especially when you lift
prep,
a lot.
That's why it didn't make sense to me.
What's that?
Even for my last marathon prep I did, I never really warmed. Bro, I do like 10 leg swings each way and
call it good.
Go run like 18 miles. Just go eat after. But
like 12 pancakes.
Like foam rolling, stretching. I'll stretch in the sauna.
Dude, that's got to be really nice.
Yeah, feels good.
Yeah.
Just the heat, I feel like I'm more loose.
I need a sauna.
Rich. Bro, even then, it doesn't make any sense when my knee's still hurting, other than the fact that it's just too much running.
So what's your plans after the marathon? Are you going to take it easy?
At least 3 weeks to like
3
a month.
weeks.
Yeah, I was just YouTubing it last night. I'm like, how do you like actually recover from a marathon?
How do you recover from a marathon?
Like just actually recover, just rest.
Just don't run.
No running. Like I know that you're gonna be tempted to, like you're gonna feel like you can. Like whether you do good in the race or not, like 26 miles regardless will do something to your body.
Absolutely. 22 will.
Yeah, for real. So I'm like, wow, I was like, you gotta tell me twice, bro. So I think I'm gonna chill for like a month. But I want to do the Bay Shore again next year.
Okay.
Or this year.
When is that? That's in
End of May.
Oh, you're in that soon?
Yeah. I mean, hopefully I'll be in shape. We'll see.
Not after you come back from Miami.
Nah, bro. My friend's a doctor too. I texted him the other day. I was like, bro, you're going to be seeing me in your office like right after my marathon. Because my knee is not 100%, but I'm just hoping it'll hold up for the race. I'm not pulling out of the race.
Oh, man, that just sounds so bad.
It sounds bad, but at the same time, like it's like I just ran 22 miles on it, like it held up.
Right.
Throbs.
But you limped.
Aches.
You limped into here.
Yeah.
It was pretty noticeable.
There's a video. These physical therapists just show you how you can tape your knee, like pull your kneecap like onto its track or something and tape it to where like it's gonna hold.
Oh, that's actually a good
and
idea.
They said like it relieves your pain instantly.
Yeah.
So
with athletic tape.
Yeah.
My wife tapes her feet
really?
Sometimes, yeah, before work.
With like that
with that
kinesiology tape.
Yeah.
Whatever it is, that K tape.
It helps a lot.
Yeah. So I was like, bet. I watched the video on how to do it because I'm about to do it for the race.
Yeah.
Like I just needed to hold up for like less than 4 hours. And
what kind of terrain are you running on?
It'll be flat.
For the marathon.
It's supposed to be flat, just pavement, which is brutal on the knees, honestly.
Yeah. Is it along the beach?
It's not even on the beach like that. I know like we go over a bridge, but a lot of it'll be all pavement for sure. But I'm hoping, I'd imagine the views are about to be nice, especially like over the bridge.
Take your shirt off.
But I did see that like they're going to have like entertainment along the course.
Really? Like what?
I don't know. I don't even really like the idea that much. Because I'm like, yo, like I'm thinking like it's going to be peaceful. Like I'm going to see like palm trees, some water, some peace and quiet, some serenity, bro.
Serenity.
It's like, nah, there's going to be entertainment along the course for the runners and the spectators. I can imagine.
I think you chose the wrong course for that.
I did.
Yeah, you should have chose like...
It chose me, bro. It just popped up on my Facebook. It's just like LifeTime Marathon. It was on my birthday too. I'm like, what better way to start my birthday than a 26-mile run in Miami?
So do you think you're better prepared for this marathon than you were the last marathon?
Physically, no. But like as far as like mentally, I feel like I've learned a lot from the last marathon that like if anything I could rely on.
Like recovery and stretching.
Yeah, I feel like even like the stretching and mobility alone knocked like 10 seconds off my pace. So like that makes the biggest difference. I feel like I'm getting to the point where I'm ready. At first I'm just like, dude, like I'm not gonna be ready for this marathon. Like no matter where I put it, like from having the COVID lungs, like it took me like 3 weeks to even be able to run like 4 miles. And then like having the runner's knee, I didn't run for 3 whole weeks. No running, no biking, nothing. And then I had to ease back.
Did you do legs, like leg lifts?
Not like the first week and a half or two, because I mean even that hurt. Because I was like, I need to like take this serious, because like the race is coming.
Everything's depending on it. Yeah.
So I took like the proper time. I do like stability work for it. I'd ice it, rest it, stretch. And then the first week back, I only did like 2 4-mile runs. And then I just jumped right back into the middle of the race prep. Just right from there.
Wow.
So I was just
That's
like,
crazy.
bro, I missed like a fat chunk of some vital runs. And I just came right off of the runner's knee, got like a 14-mile run.
So do you continue to see yourself run marathons? Are you going to do anything else?
I want to do ultra.
You're going to do an ultra?
I want to.
Yeah, like a 50 mile or a 100 mile?
I want to start with a 30.
30.
And then do the 50 after that. I want to see what the 30 feels like.
I think if you can do 20, what's a marathon? 26.2?
Yeah.
I think if you can do that, a 30 will be nothing.
You think?
I think it is.
Yeah.
I mean, mentally, once you get past the 26-mile mark, you're like, oh, okay, only 4 more miles.
I'd like to think that, but also after my last marathon, like my entire leg locked up, like the last 0.15.
I think it also depends on the terrain too, because when I ran mine, I ran 38 miles. I didn't finish the 50 miles, which is so disappointing to say. But dude, 38 miles is not easy when you're running up and down like trails, like biking trails, and
forget that.
But once I hit 30 miles, I'm like, man, this sucks, but it wasn't bad.
Like as he thought it would be.
Yeah, because I'm over halfway. Yeah. But it still sucked.
Yeah, I was like, I guess it just depends on how you look at it.
Because then I got to 38 miles, and it's like 7 o'clock at night, dark, can't see anything, and I don't have a headlamp. The only light I had was a flashlight on my phone.
That's ghetto, bro.
And I'm like, I need to get out of these woods. I'm gonna die.
That is so ghetto.
I tripped over a rock while running. And I fell, and I'm like, yeah, I can't. This is unsafe. I can't do this, because there's like drop offs and stuff. Like, I would have died out there.
You have your flashlight on your phone though, at least.
Dude, if I didn't GPS that run, I would have probably still I would have been out in the woods till the next day.
You've been forced to finish it. You accidentally finished it.
I would have been crying.
Trying to get back to your car, bro. I don't know. I feel like I want that struggle though. As long as I'm healthy.
Yeah. I mean, I think that struggle's good. It's good to push yourself.
I feel like as long as I'm healthy, I can do it.
Yeah.
Mentally.
I think mentally you can do it, because you have that wherewithal to like push through no matter what.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like no matter if you're injured or not, I think you're going to try to do it. It's not good.
My friend Xavier is telling me too, because he's training for the marathon also, and he had plantar fasciitis in his foot. And I was like, oh, you just like stopped running? He's like, yeah, as soon as I felt it, I was like, it's a crazy concept to me, but
couldn't be me.
Yeah, I guess. He's just like, dude, he's like, I'm like the opposite of you. He's like, if I feel something like hurting, like I'll stop.
That's actually smart.
It's so smart.
It is.
Like, dude, like that's admirable, because like I'll feel it. I'm like, nah, it ain't that deep, bro. Like, and I'll
get through it.
Then it's that deep. I kept going. Like that comes from like football. My coach Rocco in high school, he'd always tell us there's a difference between being in pain and being uncomfortable, and you have to learn to be uncomfortable.
Or get comfortable being in pain.
Yeah, damn near. It's like at that point, like you just can't be hurt. You have to like snap something in half.
I think that's good though for coaches to teach, because a lot of kids give up super easy. I mean, I've seen it like in some of my own friends who like work out and stuff. Yeah. Like you'll put them through a tough workout and they're like, I can't do this. Sore, yeah. Like they just don't want to do it because it's hard.
Yeah, it's uncomfortable.
I can't do this.
Like you can.
And like you can do it.
You don't want to.
Push yourself.
Yeah, there's days I don't want to run, bro. Like how hard it is to get up in this weather and just head outside and go run.
Yeah, it's freaking cold outside. We're in Michigan.
It's freezing, bro.
In the wintertime. It's like
I literally had to wait an extra
30.
hour for it to go up like 7 degrees today. I'm like, that made the biggest difference.
What temperature was it when you were running?
I think when I started, it was like 21. I don't know what the wind chill was, but better than like 14.
Dude, the only time I went outside today was to take the trash out right before he got here. And I was like, Sip was out here running? No way.
Yeah, bro. Barely. I was out there surviving. For real.
But you stay warm when you're running, right? What kind of gear do you wear?
Bro, I just wear like these joggers since it's cold out, and then a long sleeve and like some sort of pullover or like a thin jacket. I'll get too hot if I put like a hoodie on. I'll get way too hot. I didn't even wear a winter hat today. I just had my regular hat just on backwards.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. And some socks. But today's run, bro, is so bad.
See, when I run like in the cold, I'd rather overdress and be like hot and sweat like crazy because I know I'm keeping my body warm. But the last thing I want to do is go out there, be cold, and be like, I'll warm up as I run, and then never get warmer. I hate wearing
clothes when I run.
You hate what?
I hate wearing clothes when I run.
Yeah.
I'd rather just booty shorts and no shirt and call it a day, bro. That's so ideal.
Is that what you're going to wear at this marathon?
100%. 100%. It'd be nice out. I'm hoping. I think it's going to be in like the 50s.
What kind of shoes are you wearing?
For the race or
for running in the race?
Saucony endorphin speeds is what I train in. They're so comfortable. So I got into those with my first race prep, and then I customized a pair for this marathon.
Got your name on it?
I did, yeah. Some they're like pink and like sky blue almost.
Oh, nice.
It's like Miami themed.
Cool.
Like beach theme, Miami beach theme. So
Can you pull that closer?
I was trying to go like all out for this race.
Yeah, you should. You should treat yourself, seeing as you're flying to Miami to
That's
run.
what I said, bro. I'm like,
It's a vacation.
Like, if I'm flying out there, I'm doing this for real, bro. Then I got hurt. It's all downhill from there. But I feel like I'm getting to the point where I feel like I should be ready for the race. Because I'd always tell my friends, I'm like, you know you're ready when you see like a 12-mile run for your long run. You're just like,
that's easy.
Thank you, bro.
That's
like,
nothing.
Yeah, doesn't feel like you're just running all day.
Right.
It's like a whole hour and a half less of running. Like, that's how I feel. Because in 2 weeks, I'll have a 12-mile run. I'm, like, looking at it. And I'm, like, excited for it. Because I'm like, dude, only 12 miles. Like, you know how much free time I'm about to have on that Sunday?
Yeah. I remember when I was training for that ultra, which I hate saying that. Like, I remember when I did this. I remember when it's like somebody who looks back at high school and they're super proud of what they accomplished. Like, I hate doing that. But I remember training for that and like thinking, okay, I only have like 10 miles today. Like, to the average person, 10 miles is like, whoa, you ran 10 miles? That's like from here to there.
No, for sure, like, bro. I'll have like, on my down weeks, I'll have like 4-mile runs. And I'll like completely disregard them. Like I'll eat like a burger or something the night before because I'm like, I'm only doing 4 miles tomorrow. And then you do it and you realize like 4 miles is still an entire 4 miles.
Yeah.
Like no matter what perspective you want to look at it from.
Yeah.
Like it's easier than an 8-mile run, but it's still got to respect it.
When you run a short mile or a short run like that, like 4 miles, do you try to do it faster than you? No, you just do it at the same pace.
Yeah, unless it calls for like some race pace miles or some faster runs. I do all of mine as like a low heart rate.
So how often are you running an average low heart rate run?
Pretty much every single run except for like 1 or 2 out of the week. I'll have like a threshold run. So like Tuesday I had 2-mile warm up, so like low heart rate, and then 4 miles at race pace. So I had I think I did like an 8:10 pace for those 4 miles, and then like a 2-mile cool down, which like brings my heart rate back down. But unless it calls for like any sort of like sprints or race paces, it's all just low heart rate.
So what is your rate? What do you want your race pace to be at?
I want to keep it under 8:10. That'd be ideal. But that's going to be hard, bro.
That is going to be hard.
I trained 5 months for my last marathon, and my average pace is 8:07.
Wow.
So I feel like I didn't have like the proper training this time, like with hurting my knee.
Mm-hmm.
But we'll see. I mean, I feel like I'll get some adrenaline.
So, what kind of gear are you going to be using for the run? This is something I was actually just talking to my dad about the other day. Is a lot of people find a misconception in like the type of running shoes you should be wearing. Like everybody thinks you should just be wearing like Nikes or
no, bro,
or like Adidas or Under Armour.
He doesn't even make like really good running shoes. They make good racing shoes.
Well, they say because they advertise it as running shoes. Like you can go to like some cheap.
No, bro, they advertise those Roshi shoes as like Roche runs, whatever they were. You cannot run in those at all. There's no stability, bro. You'll roll your entire ankle.
So, what kind of shoes? Obviously, you buy like actual running shoes.
Yeah. So for like daily trainers, like you want them to be more cushioned. Like always more cushioned, but like racing shoes you'll see nowadays are just like this, like a carbon plate usually inside the shoe. That's like,
does that help spring you off?
Yeah, pretty much. Like it's got like some rolling technology almost, where like it's almost taking the stride for you, but not really. But the way they're designed is to kind of rock like that. So like that's a racing shoe.
Do you find that it helps? Why wouldn't you want to train in it?
They're not that comfortable. Like they're not like uncomfortable, but like if you're gonna go out and do like a 20-mile like easy run, like you're out there for 3.5 hours, like you don't want like a carbon plate. Like,
but wouldn't you want your feet to get used to it?
I mean, you use them. You don't just throw them on once at race day. Like, so like when I have like the 4 miles at marathon pace, I'll use those shoes.
Okay.
Just to get used to like racing in them. But for any daily training, you always want more cushion. If you're gonna be wearing them every day.
That's a good idea. I've never really actually like put that into consideration. Like I always bought like good running shoes, like specific like Saucony is what I typically
you
wear.
learn all that. Like the deeper you get into the sport.
Is it Saucony or Saucony?
Saucony.
That's what I always say too.
Yeah.
But then some asshole was like Saucony. It's Saucony.
Tell him to shut that up. Watch your mouth, bud.
So yeah, so running gear is like kind of a misconception on what you should be wearing and what you shouldn't be wearing, right?
Yeah, bro. People say running's like free.
Yeah.
Nah.
I mean, it could be.
It can be, but like if you're training for something, like you're gonna
if
need
it's
to
a
watch.
sport, yeah.
Like if you want to do like the heart rate training, you're gonna need a heart rate strap. And then a good pair of shoes are gonna run you at least $130, $140.
Where do you put your phone?
My pocket.
You just put it in your pocket?
They have zip up.
Oh,
on them.
You like that?
Not really, but
dude, I hate that because then it flaps around in your pocket.
Not as much as you think. It's not like just going crazy. Like these are kind of tight, so it kind of just sits in place. But if I have shorts on, I'll wear
like a belt.
Yeah,
like a fanny pack type.
Fanny pack, yeah, like a thin one.
Yeah, like a running.
Just for like my key and my phone, and then that's it. I don't like carrying a lot of stuff when I run.
And then
clothing.
What do you do for like drinks or water?
I have like a handheld bottle.
Okay.
Just kind of keep my hand, but it's so annoying. Like I carried one today, and like my shoulder is just like it hurt to like reach for the car door. It's like you don't realize it, but like
it's a little bit of weight. Yeah.
Yeah, if you got this, and I kept it for the second half of my run. Like I didn't need it the first half of my run, so I didn't even start sipping on it till like 12 miles in. So it's just for however long it took me to do 12. Probably like 2 hours of that. You don't even realize it. And I wore like this compression shirt underneath my long shirt today, and it was a 3/4 sleeve. And some of it got rolled up, so it was just like it felt like it was just cutting my circulation on both my arms. There was so much that was just going absolutely wrong today on my run. Just every little thing that could have gone wrong, I swear. It just was. Like, my body was rejecting the goos that I took. I took, like, 4 of those goos with me.
What's that?
Those, like 100 calories of, like, some carbs and electrolytes.
Okay. So, do you take those in order to keep your body from cramping up?
It's like fuel. It's like energy source.
Okay.
It's almost like eating.
Yeah. And that's specifically meant for runners.
Biking, run, any endurance, really.
Right.
It's supposed to be like a quick, easy to digest.
So what do you do to keep your body from cramping up? Because that's one thing I discovered when I was running, training for that ultra.
Really?
Yeah, I ran it was a really long run right before I got COVID. My body cramped up.
I remember that because I'm like, you can get a marathon sticker if you just did the extra 0.2. You stopped at 26. Like you did a 1/4 mile more, you could have put a sticker on your truck. That's the only reason I remember that.
I had to stop at the store and buy I think I bought like a bag of pickles or something.
That helps.
Yeah, pickle juice, yeah.
Bro.
And I drank pickle juice on my ultra run. So I had I had
it's the sodium.
Okay, so I had
That's
I had a backpack that had like a water bag, Camelback.
Yeah.
And then I had a handheld water bottle, kind of like what you have, full of pickle juice. And so I was drinking the pickle juice mostly.
Yeah, you need electrolyte. You need to replenish like all you're losing when you sweat.
Yeah.
That's essentially what it comes down to. Like, that's all pickle juice is. There's so much sodium in there. That's why it feels like almost too much. Stuff's almost sour.
Dude, it got to the point though, like I craved it when I was running. Like
That's
I
know.
That's disgusting. Dude, right before my race, I bought like 3 jars of pickle juice.
That is so slimy, bro. I only ever cramped when like the last 0.5 my last marathon, really.
So what do you do
when
you start cramping?
I mean. Well, luckily, I was like just about to finish, so I just kind of dragged my leg, really.
So you have no game plan for if that happens?
I don't anticipate it happening. It never happens. I feel like you just stay hydrated.
I feel like I just jinxed you.
Yeah, if I cramp up, bro, you see your face in my mind. I just don't anticipate it. I don't know. Like, it doesn't happen during my training. It's so rare where I get like a muscle cramp.
Yeah.
If I do, it'll be like in my shoulder or something.
Yeah.
Something weird, but I feel like I stay hydrated enough. Pedialytes are really good too. I'll drink them like the night before, like a long run.
That's a good
and
idea.
After, I'll sip on some.
That's a really good idea.
Yeah. What's it called? Dewan brought me one time, and I was like, not a bad idea. He just stopped and got one after practice. And then I saw like on Hard Knocks, like NFL players use them.
Is it like liquid IV? Have you ever drank that?
I tried it. I just didn't like the taste that much.
Really? What flavor?
I don't even remember what flavor it was.
They have a couple.
It was good, but
yeah.
I had to choose between that and a Pedialyte.
Okay.
I take a Pedialyte, but like $5 a bottle. Yeah. So I'm like, dude, if you stop and grab like 4 or 5 of those, it's like $25 right there. So cringe. Then people just judge you for drinking Pedialyte. Like, they're for babies, bro. Like, you really shouldn't be, bro. I don't know why they sit in the baby aisle. Like, stuff is strong.
Oh, that's hilarious.
That helps for real. I feel like just staying hydrated, staying on top of your electrolytes, keep replenishing it as it's going out. Like, I keep electrolytes in that handheld bottle I carry when I run.
Okay.
But I don't know. We'll see with this run in Miami. I'm not going to carry anything. Just some goos.
Are they going to have a station set up?
Yeah, I just don't know where. I wish I did. I really want like my mom or somebody to stick a bottle on there for me.
Yeah.
Of like what I use for training. I don't want to use whatever they're giving out, especially if it's just water. Yeah, I think they said they have like the Gatorade, the G Fuel stuff.
Oh, okay.
Well, it tastes so watered down. I'd imagine too. Let's make like a big jug of it and just fill up little cups that you can just grab while you're running.
Right.
I don't know. We'll see. I mean, my last marathon was virtual, so I really don't even know how they plan on like doing any of this.
Well, it's in Miami, and Florida is like, fuck COVID, it's not real.
Yeah, we're gonna be in shot glasses on the race. Bro, I really have no business doing this race. None of my 3 buddies, we all signed up for it, and like he got the plantar fasciitis, and then he just got COVID. So like he just got out of quarantine not too long ago, and like he got it bad. Like,
is he gonna recover?
I hope so.
In enough time.
He's like, bro, like I'll walk that marathon. He's like, I'm not pulling out of it.
Oh my gosh.
And another one of my buddies, he just wasn't really training that much, and he's done like 2 marathons before. So I was thinking like, I'm not about to say anything. You know, like, he knows what he's doing. And then he got sick too. He tested for COVID and it was negative, but he thinks it was a false negative because he got pretty sick. So now he's just like, bro, I might just do the half. I'm like, he like said it while we were on the game and like nobody really said anything, but he was kind of like just seeing how we'd react really because he knows we'd roast him.
He's just throwing it out there.
Yeah, just seeing how we'd react. My friend Xavier is like, bro, I'm about to just walk if I have to. And he's like, yeah, he goes, I'm not gonna let you walk by yourself, bro. You know, like I'll stick with you if you need me to. Like,
moral support.
Yeah. And I'm like, damn. Like between like him getting COVID and the plantar fasciitis in his foot, and then me having the runner's knee, because he works at Court 1, he's sitting on a stool like while he's working because of his foot, and like I'm just sitting there icing my knees, like both my legs kicked up, and I'm just like, wait, what are we doing? Like you can't even stand for your shift. I'm sitting here icing my knees for like 20 minutes.
Bunch of old men.
Yeah, I'm like, dude, this is a terrible idea. Like,
Are you guys should do like a bet. I mean, obviously you're probably gonna win.
I hope if they have it, embarrassing if I don't.
If they have it in their head that they're gonna do a half marathon and the other one's gonna walk with the other one.
We'll see, bro. I wish they were both trained and ready. That would have been more fun.
That would be fun.
It'd have been easier, I feel like, to hold a good pace.
Yeah.
You'd have been competing with each other, obviously. We all would have been doing it. Like, whatever, bro. See where it goes. It's just gonna be a mental battle.
Yeah.
I'm ready for it.
I think you'll be fine. The only thing I think that you'll maybe struggle with is your injury.
That and just trying to hold the pace I used to be able to hold.
Right.
Like I did for the first marathon, I should say. I feel that's only just one thing I'm worried about, but I think I'll be all right. Even if I pull back and do like an 8:30 pace, I'll still finish in a good time.
Do you think it'll be difficult running in warm weather when you've been running in cold weather?
It's not going to be that hot. Like, you think it'd be like
It's in
80
Miami,
degrees or
bro.
something. It says like for that race, it's on average like 55 degrees. I mean, it'll be in the morning
Okay,
and by the water.
that's true.
So it'll be like the same weather it was for the Bayshore. 'Cause that was like 52 degrees when I started it. The sun didn't really come up till like 2 hours in. Even then, it felt good.
And you're still gonna be shirtless and in booty shorts.
Absolutely. Bro, anything over 53. It's the law. Shorter the shorts, the better the run. Guaranteed.
So did you have any New Year's resolutions or anything? Anything
No,
that
I'm
you
not like big on that.
no?
Like a lot of people ask me like, what's your New Year's resolution? But I think it was Eric Thomas that I learned it from. I'm almost positive it was him. But he's just like, I listen to so many like motivation. I hear things all over the place I never even know to give credit for. But like, there's also like another, I don't even know who said it, but like just basically saying like time's really just like an illusion. Just like, why do you need to wait till January 1st
Right.
to like really set out a goal? Like, oh, like when the new year starts, I'm not going to be drinking this pop.
Right.
Like, you really
Right.
could kick it right now. But I mean, I'm also a fan of like people setting New Year's resolutions for themselves. Like whatever helps.
Well, I think it's good to set goals for yourself no matter what.
No matter what.
Like
And
if you need an excuse to
Yeah.
set one, then
And that's what I'm
whatever.
saying. Like if you need that excuse, like I'm all for it. Like
Right.
whatever's going to get you to do it. Like
right.
hell yeah, I'm all for anybody bettering themselves. But like as far as like me personally,
Yeah.
like, if I set a goal, like I'm ready to like do it now.
See, I don't set like New Year's resolutions per se, but
Yeah.
like I'll typically like think at New Year's I'll be like, you know what, like this year I want to accomplish more.
Yeah.
Like I want to do better, like
wanna
better
do
than I
more.
did last
Yeah.
year. Like, but whatever it is.
I'll have like realizations like that though.
Yeah.
Like, bro, like middle of the night or something. It's like 2 in the morning and I'm trying to sleep. I'm like, damn, I don't really be reading that much. I should probably read more. Like
So what have you been reading?
I started with, it's funny actually, because one night I actually took a nap during the day, so I was just up for no reason. It was like 2 something in the morning. And I'm just thinking like, damn, I really should like start reading more, especially since I've been off work. It's like I actually have time to. I've never liked reading. Well, at least I thought I didn't. I guess it just depends on what you read. And later that day, well, first of all, I was like wide awake and I was thinking like it was a Saturday night, Sunday morning. And I'm like, I could really just go get my long run out of the way right now. Like I'm wide awake.
2:30 in the morning.
It was almost 3 at this point. I'm like, nobody's going to be out there. I could really just get out of the way. I'm already awake. Like I stood up.
Where would you run at?
Probably the same trail I took today. It's been dark, but
You wouldn't be scared of somebody jumping you?
Nah, bro. They should be scared. You have to kill me, dog, for real.
Do
But
you run at nighttime at all?
I have once. At
Do
like
you-
1 something in the morning.
Do you carry like a knife or anything? No?
No. I mean, I stayed on Bertram. It stays lit up. It was raining too, but I had skipped the run earlier. And I'm like, I'm not going to skip a run today. Like, it was raining too. I was pissed. I was so mad at myself. I'm like, this is the price I pay for skipping it earlier. But yeah, I was up that night and I stood up. And then I'm like, dude, like, what am I doing? Like, it's not like I work this coming up week. Like, I'm really in no rush. So, like, I just went back to bed. Got up again at, like, 7 in the morning. Dewan Snapchatted me. He's like, you sleep, I grind. And he was already, like, on his way to, like, soccer training. Or he was already, like, at soccer training. I was so mad, too, because I'm like, I was this close to going to run. But later that day, I went to his crib, and we exchanged, like, Christmas gifts. And he got me a book. And I'm like, wow. I'm like, bro, I was literally up, like, whether you believe me or not, but, like, I was literally up last night thinking, like, I need to start reading more. So I immediately started reading it. And that's how I got into reading again. But I do, like, audiobooks at work.
Yeah, I do a lot of, well, I don't do a lot of audiobooks, but that's my preferred
Yeah.
method of like,
Audiobooks or podcasts.
yeah.
It's so easy, bro, to just throw it on while I'm driving or
It's so easy that it makes reading like
Harder.
not enjoyable.
almost, for real.
It's like I could just
Yeah.
listen to this on audiobook. What am I
Yeah.
doing?
Like, we're off work right now, so it's not that bad. But, like, when we go back to work and have to run and lift and
I know that you said that you were you were reading the Four Agreements.
yeah.
What'd you think of
that's
that
what got
book?
me. I didn't finish it yet, but
Okay.
I like it so far.
Still reading it?
I feel like I needed to,
Yeah.
I feel like I needed a lot of those lessons just to.
Well, what's crazy about that book is it's like just it's like common sense.
It really
common-
is, but it
common
really
sense
puts
things.
stuff into perspective.
It does.
And it really makes
Yeah.
you think about it, like for real.
Yeah, I'd recommend that. I listened to that an audiobook. It was actually the 5 Agreements, but yeah, it was pretty good.
My friend John sent me this audiobook to listen to. I just listened to it yesterday. I have to listen to it again to like really get more out of it, but it's called As a Man Thinketh. Have you heard of it?
No.
Essentially just saying like if you think positive thoughts, like it'll have like positive outcomes, and like that's really where your character develops from, is from like good thoughts like within.
I mean, yeah, that's pretty straightforward, right?
Yeah,
I mean,
but there's just other ways
you're
of like
positive-
explaining it. Like I took some of the notes on it.
If you're a positive person, then positive things are going to happen. And not necessarily positive things, but it puts everything into perspective. So like if something bad happens to you and you're like, well, you know what? I could just let this define me and I could just go with that.
Or you can learn from
Or
it.
you can learn from it and then turn it around and use it.
Have you heard the saying amor fati? It's Latin.
No.
My buddy John also taught me that because he was asking me about my last marathon. He's like, because I was telling him I felt like nothing could have gone wrong that day. Like I felt so good that day, and he's like, "What did go wrong?" I was telling him, he's like, "What'd you learn from that?" I was like, "Damn, like, I had to pause my video. Like he's making me think right now." I don't know. Then I really thought about it, and then he told me the phrase, and he's like, "It means to love your fate, like good or bad." Like accept whatever comes to you and learn from it and move on.
Yeah, because even if like let's say you didn't finish your marathon. Well, I mean, all right, let's say from my perspective, I didn't finish my ultra run.
If you learn from it.
But I learned from it. Like I learned so many things. I learned that I, for one, wasn't as prepared as I should have been. I learned that I had the wrong shoes. I feel like what I ate was fine. My diet was fine. My training, I think, was fine. I just wasn't prepared for the terrain, and I probably should have gone there and run that terrain a little bit so I could have prepared.
The ideal, yeah.
Yeah. And then
it's not like it's just right around the corner though.
Yeah. And then I also didn't have the right shoes, so I learned that. And then I learned that I started at the wrong time. I should have started earlier because I would have finished.
Wow.
Yeah. I think
frustrating.
If I started, because this is the thing, when I left the hotel that morning, I was like, I'm not going to bring my headlamp because I'm going to wait till daylight breaks. Once daylight breaks, I'll be out running.
Good, yeah.
But the thing is, if I started earlier, I would have had my headlamp, and I would have finished it no matter what, because I would have finished probably before the sun went down.
Yeah.
So like I learned that I should have just
started on time.
Should have started earlier.
It's hard when it's virtual, bro.
It is. Yeah, and you don't know what time. I mean, because like if the race started at like 6, you would have to be there. Like if it was all in person.
It comes down to just discipline, really.
Discipline and knowing like what to expect,
I mean, just, like,
kind of.
with it being virtual, like that's just really like discipline, like to actually get up and like go and like, do it.
Yeah,
it's hard, bro. It's harder than people think.
Yeah, dude, and it was so disappointing too, because I remember when I was there was a couple other people running it, and they were like, "Oh, how far are you running?" Because there was like a couple different races you could do. Like you could do, I think, like a 5K, and then you could do like a half, and then you could do a marathon, and then you could do like a.
Those always sound so nice when you have like.
I know.
The entire race ahead of you.
And I did the 50, and one of the guys there was like, "So which one are you running?" I'm like, "The 50," and he's like, looked at me, and was like, "Good luck." And I'm like, "I got this. Like, this is nothing."
Yeah, no biggie, bro. You think, bro? You swear, like you just feed off your mental.
Yeah, and that played through my head all day. I'm like, fuck that guy. Like, I'm gonna win this race.
What's the reason you finish it? No, yeah, bro. But I just love that saying. It's like it's true. It's like you can't dwell on that forever.
No, you can't.
Like even when I got carted off that Spartan race, I wasn't even mad. It was just like.
Would you learn from it?
It is what it is. And I'm not invincible. I really thought I was going to be fine, bro. I didn't even know what a marathon could do to you. I had to learn the hard way. I never Googled
Yeah, because that was your first marathon.
Yeah. really my first like real race. I never trained for that half marathon.
You just ran it.
Just did it. It's terrible. So I didn't really know, like, 'cause I've done long runs before. It's fine to train the next week.
Right.
But it's like once you're pushing a certain pace,
Yeah.
it's actually a lot worse.
There's a fine line between actually just running a race and then like actually training for it and try to narrow in your speed and your race pace and everything and get everything in tune.
Dude, it's so
like your
hard.
Breathing and everything.
Find like that pace.
Yeah.
It's like I didn't even know how to gauge it.
And especially like when you're in the race, because when you're in the race, like at least for the first, I'd say 10 miles, you're like, oh, I just gotta go. Like I just need to go.
Yeah.
You're not calm like if you were training.
No, yeah. Bro, the weird thing is like, because I was talking to my buddy John, it's because I was telling him like, dude, I had like bad anxiety when it comes to running outside. Like I never used to run outside. I do all my runs on the treadmill. Because like I would overthink every little thing. Like, oh, what if I come to an intersection, like I have to stop, or what if I have to use the bathroom? I'm out there like, oh, what if I'm like too far from my car and I stop and like, how am I going to get to my car? Or what if it starts raining? Or what if it's too cold? What if it's too hot? Like, how am I going to carry my drink? Like, if I get hungry, any little thing was enough to just send me like straight to the treadmill. Like, already at the gym, could lift after. If I need to use the bathroom, I could pause the treadmill and go use the bathroom.
Yeah.
And it took me so long to like finally like start running outside, and even like till this day, like it'll still take me like a while to get out there. Like I'll procrastinate a little bit because I'm just like I don't know what's out there, like the unknown, really.
Yeah.
Like what's gonna happen, like for that run.
So when you wake up in the morning and you don't feel like running, like you have no motivation,
all the time,
no inspiration. What do you do? Do you
do it anyway?
Well, do you find videos to watch that help inspire you? What do you do? You just look at your running shoes and like, no,
bro, you literally just you have to do it, especially the days we have work. Like I know if I'm not done running by a certain point, I'm not gonna have time to like relax before work. So like you have to just do it. So many people are like, I mean, you don't have to, but it's like,
yeah, you have to.
Yeah, the race is kind of like I have to. Like,
doesn't it irritate you when people are like, dude, why you do that so much? Like, like why do you put yourself through that?
I hate it. I was listening.
Like, why are you so mediocre?
I think Nick Bear was describing it like with his running coach. His running coach was saying it. Like people ask you like, why do you do marathons? I'm like, dude, I've never been able to get somebody like a straight answer. Like, there's just no explaining it really.
Yeah.
And then he just talks about the feeling. He's like, you can only have the feeling if you actually like train for the marathon, obviously. But like when you're like a week out from the race, and like you put in the hours, the mileage, like proper nutrition, proper recovery, like you just feel so like ready.
You almost feel like a warrior, like dude, you're going to war.
Like, and that's what I was telling John. That's how we got talking about it, because I'm like, dude, that's the most ready I've ever felt for any run. Like the only time I never was like scared of like running outside was the day of the marathon, for real, which is perfect, because I'm just like, bro, like there's nothing's gonna go wrong. Like how can it? Like I trained for 5 months for this and didn't skip any runs.
And one of the most scariest feelings about anything, it doesn't even have to be running, is not being prepared for something.
Bro,
like, dude, I was just talking to Amanda about this, but we were training at that kettlebell gym that we used to work out at, and we were training for a competition, and dude, I was sandbagging for the whole training period. Like it was like a couple months, and I was supposed to go home and train, and I wouldn't train. Like I was like fat and lazy, didn't really care.
Dangerous.
But then like 2 days a week we'd go to the gym, and the trainer would put us through like rigorous workouts. And I just remember like going through them, like I just wanted to cry. Like, and I could tell he was putting me through, like, I mean, he's kind of pick on me about it, but he's like, he could tell it was like I was getting frustrated and mad because like I couldn't do it, or they were extremely difficult.
Yeah, but I feel like you're like me, like you get hard on yourself.
I do now, but back then, like I didn't. Like I just sandbagged.
Because to me, I'm like, damn, like this is my punishment then for like not being ready.
But then, and this is where I learned. So then, I didn't train other than the 2 days a week leading up to the competition. Went to the competition, did the competition. I didn't do too bad. I did pretty good. But
you knew you could have did better.
But I could have done better.
You did way better.
And
imagine if you would have trained. If you already
I would have demolished it.
Killed that shit.
Yeah. And then ever since then, I've kind of been a savage. But
Yeah.
when I train for something,
like you're either trained or you're not. Like I love
Yeah.
that quote because like it's so like dumb, but like
it's so easy to fake. You know, it's
Something
so
else,
easy
bro,
to
like-
it's so easy for you to just throw up a post, right? Like
Yeah.
I just ran 22 miles,
yeah.
but doing the work is
Bro,
totally
yeah,
different.
Like, that's one thing too, man.
You
Like,
either
people
did
see
it or
this
you
post and,
didn't.
Like damn, that's crazy. But it's like, it's actually like, I don't even know how to describe it. Like they see like, oh, I just did like 22 miles, but like they don't see like the actual like
Yeah.
22 miles of.
It's almost like just a quick pat on the back, like
work.
good job,
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
all right, let's move on.
But it's like, dude, like you have no idea how many hours and like, or even like how bad that run sucked today.
Yeah.
Like that shit sucks so bad.
So many things go into play, like the terrain, the weather,
Everything, bro.
like your
Every little
gear,
thing.
your thoughts. Dude, your thoughts are the hardest part
Bro,
sometimes.
for real.
Like
I kind of like the idea of like not using music. I did it literally all week.
yeah.
It's so nice.
Yeah, I think you posted something on Facebook and you're like, should I run with it or should I not? And I
No, I
was
said I was like toying with the idea of not doing it because wasn't using for any of my runs this week. I didn't use headphones.
like, okay.
Literally all 53 miles I did this week, all without headphones.
When I ran that ultra run, that's one thing. Like, well, one reason why I didn't wear headphones was because I was in the middle of the woods that I didn't know by myself.
Yeah,
And I didn't know the terrain. I didn't know what kind of people are out there. So I'm like, you know what? I'm just going to keep my headphones out.
Mhm.
And I thought maybe like halfway through the day I'd put them in or something, but I didn't. And that's one thing, like it forced me to like focus in on my thoughts.
it's like
And-
the one time you really can, bro.
Yeah. Because you're going to
Any
war
other
with
time-
yourself.
Any other time, like you're doing anything, if you're driving, you're
Yeah.
on your way to work, whatever, you get to work,
Yeah.
lifting or something like.
And it's so easy to rely on music to pump you up, right?
Dude, that's bro, for real. No, that's so true. Cause like even in my marathon, like there are certain songs that come on just give me like an adrenaline.
To get you all
rush.
jazzed
It's
up.
like-
Yeah,
it's like it's a quick fix.
it is.
Today I was like, damn, bro, I wish I had like a playlist for the last like 10 miles. For real, would have been nice. Would have helped.
But then there's like a satisfaction to when you're done. You're like, okay, I did that. Like
Yeah.
I did it all. Like
I
I
was not satisfied, but
I'm
I was glad I was done.
like
That was one thing I knew for sure.
you always feel good. I feel good like if I run without headphones and then knowing like that run sucked and I was able to kind of push myself through it.
Yeah. Dude, I have some weird conversations with myself. Like I'm telling myself, bro, I'm like, if you quit now, you'll quit in the marathon. I'd say like little shit like that to myself.
If you quit now, you're not prepared.
Yeah. I'm like, if you quit now, you're gonna quit on the marathon. It's a given. So I was like kept moving and just like telling myself like you're not a quitter. I was telling myself even like 8 miles in, I'm just telling myself like it's gonna be an easy run. Like you'll get through it. Like any other run. I just kept telling myself like over and over again. Didn't get any easier. But I'm like, it helped a little bit. Just the thought of it. Just kept telling myself though. Just kept talking to myself. You
Yeah.
can get through it. It's gonna be easy. It'll be easy run. Just kept telling myself you're not a quitter.
Yeah.
You've done a marathon before.
Yeah.
So you know for sure you can do 22 miles.
That's one thing I was talking to Rebecca Gilmore about was unfortunately that one didn't get to air, but when you accomplish fitness things like
Mhm.
running a marathon
So
or
rewarding.
doing a competition like of some sort or whatever it is, or even just training in general, you get to a certain point of like success. Like, okay, I can now lift that much, or I can run this far, or I can deadlift this much weight.
Yeah.
And
that's
then
the new bar then. Like,
that's the new bar.
that's where you set the
And-
standard.
And that's, you know that you always can get back to that point no matter what, because
sure.
you now know what your limit is.
And that's what's tough about this marathon, bro. I'm like, all right, so like I did the base short. I'm like, I know my time. So like next marathon I do, obviously I have to beat that.
Yeah.
Like why would I go out and do like 20 minutes worse or 10 minutes worse than what I did the first time? Like where's the sense in that? There'd be no point in doing it. That's what's so annoying about getting the runner's knee. That's why I'm like, I'm really excited to do the base short because I know I can, as long as I'm healthy,
Yeah.
I know I'm about to go out there and compete for real, like and beat my times.
Well, I'm pumped for you, man. I think you'll kill it.
I'm excited for it.
Yeah.
I think I'll do good still. I mean, I still put in a lot of hours,
Yeah.
but there's just like that month off. It's
Oh,
just
yeah.
lingering in the back of my head.
Well, you can't let that define it.
It's like I shouldn't, but like I just know there's so many miles, so many good runs I missed out on, so many lessons.
Just start doing twofers a day, like do 2 runs a day.
Hell no.
Leading
I
up
could really
to the
walk
race.
back to my car today. There's no chance, bro. No, you can't really make that up.
So how many more long runs do you have before the race?
Depends on your definition of long run, but I mean,
More than 10.
I'll have 2 more.
2 more, and they're
Like,
what, 20,
even
22.
I'll have 20. I did 22 today, so I'll have 20 next Sunday. And then the following Sunday, I'll have 12.
Oh, that's not bad.
No, that's
And then that's right before the race.
the week before the race. So that takes me into like my taper.
Okay.
So,
And what's your taper like?
I think it's just 6-mile runs all race week. Check right now, actually.
Even the day before?
No, the day before I did 2 miles. It's just 4-mile runs. So I'll run 4 miles. So that on race week, I'll have Monday off. Then I'll run 4 miles Tuesday, Wednesday off, 4 miles Thursday, Friday off. Saturday's just a 2-mile run, just like a little shakeout run. Then the big race. It's weird. I'll see some of these runs that I have, and I'll think like back to when I did it for the last prep. It's the same exact program.
Okay.
So I'll see some of these runs and just remember exactly where
you were.
Yeah, where I was, how it went.
You don't feel like you're in better shape this time? Do you think you're in better shape mentally?
Mentally, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah.
Especially like running without headphones.
Yeah.
And already have done like doing a marathon. Because I kept telling myself, like, worst comes to worst, I have experience to rely on.
Oh, yeah.
Like, I know what it takes to get through a marathon.
Right.
I know, like, what you have to do leading up to it. So, like, I have that.
Just go back to the fundamentals.
Yeah. It's back to the basics.
Yep.
So that's really all it comes down to, man. But I feel like I'll be prepared.
Yeah, I think you'll be
I
good.
still have 3 more weeks. So as long as my knee holds up.
Have you had any special diets during this whole time, or do you eat pretty normal?
No, that's one thing I didn't do this time is diet.
Yeah.
Like last, I was so hard on myself. I wouldn't even eat like a piece of candy if it wasn't a Sunday. Like last race track, I'd wait till after my long run, which is terrible looking back on it because I feel like if anytime I need good nutrition is probably after losing that much. But no, that shit was depressing, bro. Like I love food so much, so like just limiting myself was not.
So what kind of things were you eting this time? Were you just
whatever? I mean, I still eat clean, bro, for the most part.
Yeah,
it's like a lot of salmon, rice, chicken.
Rich.
Cut it out. Chicken, potatoes. I ate a lot of zaytun. I was eating chicken and rice from there. But I'll have a burger or whatever if I want it.
Yeah.
I'll go get it, a milkshake or something. I'll eat a couple donuts. I don't care.
Well, you're burning 4,000 calories in your long runs. I mean,
yeah,
shit don't matter.
Sure, I don't care. I really haven't. I probably should. I told myself I'll tighten it up a little bit.
Is it hard for you to keep the weight on?
Right now, no. I mean, when I was dieting, yeah, I was looking slim, bro. I was still like 185-ish, I think. But I was like, no, I was 192 pounds going into the marathon.
When you ran the last one?
Yeah. I weighed myself like 3 weeks ago. I was at like 199. I was like, that's not gonna fly. I need to get down to like 190 at least. So I lifted like a hoodie on those next 2 days.
Oh my gosh.
But yeah, I don't like the idea of 199 pounds, especially on my knee.
Yeah.
It's kind of heavy.
That's a lot of impact.
Yeah, that's all I could think of. And now I'm not wearing headphones. I just hear how heavy my steps are. I'm like, damn. I probably should have dieted for this one. I didn't like it though, bro. I didn't think it was necessary either. To an extent. I mean, I still eat clean, bro.
Yeah, I think it's important to eat clean, but I also think it's important to get all the nutrition that you could get, especially when you're running that far. You're burning that many calories. Like you need nutrition.
Dude, it's funny. My mom asked me the other day, she's like, do you ever crave like foods that like aren't good for you? Bro, all the time. Like probably more than somebody who doesn't even eat clean.
What's some of the top things you crave? Like sweets, or I know you like pancakes.
Pancakes, yeah, I eat those whenever, bro. Pizza, burritos, burgers, fries, like a lot of sweets, like ice cream, cake, cheesecake.
Everything,
bro. Whatever sounds good. But
one day I was eating, I can't remember what I was eating. I was eating like some sort of dessert, and my daughter was eating it too, and she was like, "Dad, you and me like sweet stuff, don't we?"
exposed.
And I'm like, "Damn, this
fat, bro.
This is not good."
Exposed you, bro. I don't even care. I'll tell people. I love sweet stuff, bro.
Yeah,
So
it's one of those things, like I feel like I have to eat clean in order to like sustain from eating that stuff, because once I get like my gut microbiome under control, then I'm like, okay, I can eat healthy and be fine, not crave anything like that.
Yeah, it's take it in moderation.
Yeah. But then like if I have like a couple times a week, I have like maybe an Oreo or something, then I'm like this is
like
not...
last week I had like 6 of them with my food. They're just there. I'm like,
the other night I made ice cream, and when I make ice cream, I make ice cream. Like I don't fuck around.
I need like a banana split if I'm about to eat something, like all that, bro.
Like I had chocolate peanut butter ice cream, put it in a bowl, melted some peanut butter, poured some peanut butter on it, and then put a couple of Oreos, smashed it up, and mixed it all in. I blame that on Cold Stone. Cold Stone got me on that.
And it's so good.
And
I get some today.
I asked Amanda, I was like, "You want some?" She's like, "No, I'm not eating any." I'm like, "Wow, really? All right."
My fault.
And then the next day I was like, "I shouldn't have ate that." And she's like, "Oh, come on, you only had a couple of Oreos and a little bit of ice cream." I was like, first of all, I had like 4 Oreos before the ice cream.
Yeah, man, you definitely feel it the next day.
Yeah.
Which is one. Sometimes I won't crave it if I know like I have like a. So like last night, I'm not gonna go eating something like crazy because I know I had the big run this morning. But dude, like for that MSU bowl game a few weeks ago, I bought like 8 tacos for the game. And me and my buddy went to Tasty Twist at halftime. They got like a 42-ounce strawberry milkshake. I felt disgusting after that.
That's so foul.
Dude, I ate all of it. The whole milkshake and all 8 tacos. I was like, I don't even care. So I'll do stuff like that occasionally.
That's hilarious. Yeah, we've gone to I can't talk. We've gone to Sparty's before, and you order like the 3-stack or whatever.
Dude, yeah, I eat enough for a small family for real. Like my sister is telling me, she's like, what I'll have for breakfast? She's like, I'll feed like my niece. She'll feed her daughter, her boyfriend, and herself with like what I eat. I'm like, that just doesn't make sense to me. Like in my head, I'm like, no way.
Do you feel like you overeat, or are you legitimately that hungry?
I'm legitimately that hungry because I'll eat, bro, and then I'll have like some cereal or something after, for real, or like a Cliff Bar. Something like that. It just wasn't enough.
Do you let it settle? Do you wait like 20 minutes? Because they say you're supposed to wait like 25 minutes.
I'll let it settle.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then you're still hungry,
work, bro. I feel like I need to constantly be eating. I don't know what it is, bro. It's so annoying. Sometimes I feel I'll know when I overeat.
Yeah.
But like I'll do it to myself, like especially after like a long run. That's usually when I love to do it.
Yeah.
I don't even care.
When I was running long runs, I would come home and I would immediately make, I think, like eggs and some sort of meat, and then like within, I think, a half hour after that, I would eat I'd have like a smoothie packed full of like protein and fruit and all kinds of stuff.
Bro, I need to eat like
peanut butter.
Work, for example, I have like a sandwich or something on first break, and like maybe a Cliff Bar or something while I'm on the line, and then I'll have like, let's say I take salmon, rice, and broccoli for lunch, and then after that I'll need like, I don't even know, those little balance break snack things. I'll eat some of that like on the line. Then I have like another Cliff Bar.
Jeez.
Hopefully another sandwich or something on second break. And I'll still be craving something, bro. Like, want something from the market store. It's frustrating, for real.
Yeah, but you're always expending a lot of energy, and you're always
I do
constantly
a lot,
working.
so like,
Yeah,
people are, oh, you're always eating, but I'm like,
you do a lot, but you
dude,
don't.
yeah,
You do a lot of like working out,
yeah,
but then you do like nothing else.
yeah.
You play video games.
Especially when we're off work, it gets dangerous, bro. But when we're working, I have to run, lift, and work that same day. Bro, I need food. Need it. Keeps me going.
Food is energy.
It is, bro. A calorie is a unit of energy. That's the definition of a calorie.
Yeah, a lot of people get tied up in like, oh, that's 100 calories for like a,
good.
Yeah, you need it. Like. I mean, you definitely want to eat like healthy calories though.
For sure.
There's a difference between like eating like a Snickers and
you'll feel it difference.
And eating like a banana.
Yeah, I hate when people send me like there's this TikTok going around of somebody explaining why like a McDonald's burger like isn't even that bad for you, like when they break down the calories.
Yeah, maybe if you're powerlifting.
I'm like, dude, that is the dirtiest video I've ever seen in my life. Like, I don't ever want to see that again.
That's something I think was it Ronnie Coleman or Arnold Schwarzenegger? They always talked about how they would eat at McDonald's for every single meal. Yeah, they'd order like a couple Big Macs, Big Mac meals.
That's what we call a dirty bulk,
dude. I mean, that was like back in the 70s.
That's just a dirty bulk.
80s. They didn't know anything back then.
Shoot,
and they're cheap.
Really?
Actually, no. I think it was C.T. Fletcher that was talking about it.
Was it him?
Yeah.
Still, bro, that's disgusting to me. I mean, if you do that, I don't.
I mean, it's cheap.
It's between you and God, for real. But if you ask me to do something like that, bro, it ain't happening. Nah, I'd feel gross if I ate that.
Yeah. Yeah, I can't eat fast food that often.
I think I'd throw it up if I had it.
And if I eat fast food, it has to be typically like a Culver's or something.
I haven't had, even I don't think I've ever had Culver's.
What? That's a disgrace.
I'm not even kidding.
Bro, you live literally right up the street from a Culver's.
I haven't ate fast food in years.
Yeah,
I had like some McNuggets at the airport one day because it was like the only thing that was open. I was starving. But other than
that's
that,
so gross.
I have like Chick-fil-A. The grilled chicken sandwich or the grilled nuggets and a milkshake. Balance. Other than that, I don't eat fast food. Tropical smoothie. I love tropical smoothie. It's considered fast food. I eat that.
Yeah. I always feel good, though, when I eat it. Like, I feel like I did something good. I don't feel like a bad person.
Nah. Smoothies have a lot of sugar in it, but...
Yeah.
It's still... Bro, like the crunch flatbread I get, it's got banana, honey, peanut butter, and granola on it. Like, that's so ideal for after running before a lift.
Why don't you just make that at home?
So far from me, bro. Sometimes I'll make something and like bring it with me, but I tried like leaving stuff at the gym too. Nah. But bro, if I'm like 20 minutes away from home, I'm not gonna drive all the way back home, eat something.
Yeah.
Come back out, lift, then go all the way back home.
Yeah.
It's just not ideal. And I don't like running anywhere near my house.
Why not?
There's no like bike lanes or really sidewalks on those main roads back there.
Yeah. Yeah, that's one thing that's nice about Lansing is that there's a lot of trails to run up. And
I love them.
And you can go almost in any direction.
Dude, yeah, you don't realize how small Lansing is either till you really like...
Till you run it?
Yeah, you're like, dude, what do you mean I've only ran 4 miles and I've already passed like the zoo and I'm already like in Frandor. Already ran past Hawk Island. Like 4 miles in, just like... Especially on my long runs. I hate doing long runs on the river trail.
Yeah.
They're not that long.
No. The river trail?
No,
it's
really
not.
Not that long, bro.
It's like 26 miles, I think, and it might be slightly bigger, but it's that's if you do the whole thing.
Yeah, that's if you break out that way, come back this way, go that way, come back, then break out that way.
Right.
Nah, I hate doing stuff like that.
Yeah, no, not happening.
Ideal to me is just out and back.
Yeah.
That'd be so nice.
Yeah.
Just a straight line.
Yeah.
That sounds so perfect, bro. I like starting at my friend's house. They live right down the street from you, but they literally live like right next to one of the trails. Like there's like one house next to them, and then the trail starts right there.
That's a good spot.
Yeah, but coming back, like the last like quarter mile, maybe even the last like 0.3 miles, it's all like uphill. So like I love it because like the last quarter mile to me is the hardest part of the marathon.
Yeah.
So like all my runs that I finish is going uphill. Like
You sprint it?
no, it's weird, like my heart rate still spikes though. Like,
Yeah.
I'm holding the same pace.
Yeah.
Like my heart rate's still going up because I'm working harder.
Yeah.
It's like I really love that idea. It's annoying. They live like 20 minutes from me, but it's like I love that last little fight.
Yeah.
It's like a mental thing.
It really is.
It's weird. People are like, "Why do you drive all the way out? Like, why don't you just run there?" Like, I just love that uphill at the end.
You almost need to like kind of set the tone too. When you're, especially if you have a long run, like, okay, I'm mentally preparing myself. I'm going to drive to this location. Once I get there, I get out, I run, come
Game
back,
time, yeah,
get back in the vehicle and leave.
out of there, quick money,
Yeah.
in and out. I love that hill, bro. I wish it wasn't so far from me, but just the idea of just finishing uphill.
Have you ever thought about doing like hill sprints?
No, F no. No, sir.
I have a sled for running.
Good for you, man. You have to tell me about it one day.
I drug it through the woods one time. That was like 2 years ago.
I think
That sucked.
Was it like some bet you had with somebody?
Yeah.
A Michigan game or something?
Yeah, it was a Michigan State game.
Yeah, forget that. I would do something like that if I wasn't like in a race prep. Maybe.
I mean, you're always constantly working out, but I feel like for me to like grind like on a workout, like, all right, this is what I'm doing. I'm going to train I'm just going to train. I'm going to run diligently. I need like something to train for.
Bro,
Like-
that's how I am.
Like I always
I'm
need
very
something.
like goal driven.
Yeah, me too.
Like if I get my heart set on something, like it's over.
Yeah.
Like that was like the thing with the marathon. I was like, man, like, I'm about to give this my all,
Yeah.
and like whatever happens, happens.
Right.
And I did, and it's like, damn, like
What else can I do?
yeah, like at that point, like for real, what else? That's why I tried those Spartan races after.
It's all mental. It really is,
Bro, it
for the
is.
most part. As long as you get the training out of the way, it's all mental.
That's everything.
It is everything.
Everything. Your mindset is literally everything, bro.
Everybody's like, well, and a lot of people say, well, like, you're in shape, you can do that. Like, no,
So
like,
you
it's
can get
not
in
that
shape.
easy.
Yeah.
Like, being in shape is a
I hate hearing
byproduct.
that too.
Being in shape is a byproduct of all that.
All the hard work.
Your mental state of being is the hardest part. Trying to mentally press through a 22-mile run is the most difficult thing.
Yeah, no. People are always like, "Oh, you're crazy," and I'm like, "Not really, you know. Like, I'm trained for it."
I mean,
It's
you
not
are
like
crazy.
A little bit, a little bit. But you know, it's not like I just never ran before. Just rolled off the
Right.
couch,
Right.
did 22 miles. Like, there's been twice I wasn't in running shape, where I just gone and did a half marathon.
But then there's probably a noticeable difference on how you feel and how the
Bro,
race
your
feels.
pace and everything.
Yeah. You don't feel the same.
Noticeable difference. But shit, even today's run, like that was so bad. So this is the worst run I've had in months, bro.
Really?
So bad. I just knew off rip too. Like in the first mile, my heart rate was already at like 160,
Oof.
and I like to always keep it at like 150, and it never really passes like 145 on the first mile. Like it's usually not till like 3 miles in it starts to get to like 150, 152, but like it'll stay under.
Yeah.
But it spiked right away. I'm just like, oh, I was just trying to think like positive thoughts. I'm like, nah, like this isn't about to last. Like, no way this lasts, bro. But I was fighting my heart rate that entire run.
That's funny.
It's frustrating. It's like constantly just thinking about it. And I set it to where like my watch like will alert me like if it goes over like 155.
What kind of watch do you wear?
It's the Garmin Fenix 6 Pro Solar.
That's sweet.
Yeah.
That's sweet that you got that memorized.
Bro, barely. Nah, I just remember when I bought it, dude Adam Klink gave me a discount on it. So I might as well get the solar one. It takes less battery when you're out in the sun.
That's cool. And does that sync up with your music and everything?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Everything. Like
That's
phone
cool.
calls, texts, and all that was showing it.
Oh, that's cool.
Like a $700 watch.
Rich.
Yeah, right. Somebody asked me how much I got it for, and I'm like, it was like $680, I think, and that was with the discount.
Wow.
I use it every day. It's an investment.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, that's like anything fitness related. It's definitely an investment for anything.
Yeah. I need to start buying like more running gear. That's one thing I noticed like I don't have much of.
What do you mean?
Like running shirts.
Oh, okay.
Like a runner's jacket.
Right.
I just wear like average clothes.
That's what I do too.
I'll have like...
I don't look like a runner.
Nah.
But
I have like running shorts.
I almost feel like it's like a cult.
Like the running clothes?
Yeah, it's kind of like yogis.
I need to be a yogi. I need to be one without looking like one. That's the goal.
Isn't it though? Like if you meet other runners,
I see other runners who are like geared up, and I'm just like,
yeah, but they're all scrawny. They don't do anything else but run.
All scrawny.
Yeah.
I almost hate it because I'm like, man, must be nice.
Like when I show up to like a race, I don't want to look like a runner.
No,
like you don't look like a runner.
Absolutely not. But I'm not that slow as you think.
No, I've ran with you, kept up.
Yeah.
But yeah, you're not slow.
Nah.
But you pace yourself. You definitely pace yourself.
Yeah, I always do. I always keep it easy. I don't even care.
That's one thing I struggle with when I run is pacing because I'll just go. I just want to run.
A lot of things with running, you hear a lot of like running coaches say like the hardest part is getting somebody to slow down.
Yeah.
It's never getting somebody to like run harder, really.
Mm-hmm.
It's always get them to slow down. Like it's so detrimental to your training to just go and just push your heart rate to the max.
Right.
For an easy run.
Yeah.
So you don't gain anything from that.
You don't think so?
No. I mean, on certain days, you do. It depends on what the workout calls for. If you're every single run of the week, you're just like redlining it to
right.
Like it's not sustainable. I don't even think you gain anything from it.
You don't think your cardiovascular goes up a little bit? Because like
cardiovascular goes up from aerobic based training, which is low heart rate. That's how you build that solid base. My paces didn't start going up until I started doing heart rate training. And I was like, wow, that's actually crazy. It sucks at first. You're just like doing almost like an 11-minute mile. You're like, dude, this doesn't make sense. Like you feel like you should like be going harder.
Right.
But it goes down, bro. Like I didn't even till recently start seeing a change.
So if somebody were to start running,
I would highly suggest low heart rate training.
And what would that consist of?
Buying a heart rate monitor.
Right, but like what heart rate? What would it have to be? So there's
I forgot what it's called, but you take 180 and you subtract your age.
Okay.
So I'm 24 right now, so 156 is what your max heart rate should be on an easy run. So it shouldn't go anywhere past 156. The most it should be is 156 for an easy run.
Okay. And on a difficult run?
On a difficult run, I don't really track my heart rate on a difficult run.
Okay.
But I just make sure I'm not giving 110%.
Right.
It's like that's really not sustainable, especially for marathon.
Yeah.
You're not going to go 110% for a marathon. You got to pace yourself.
Right.
So it's also like, why would you do it like during the training?
That's true.
Or even on a 5K. You'll burn yourself out in the first mile, even though it's only 3.
It's a good point.
Bro, yeah. It's crazy. It's like so like Nick Bear, his first marathon he did, I don't remember his time, but his second one he did was like 20 minutes worse. And it's because every run he did, he didn't know any better. Mm-hmm. Just go out and run as hard as he could.
Right.
He's in the Army, so he just thought like
you just run.
Every run he had to do is just all out.
Right.
And he never got any better until he started doing heart rate training.
Wow.
And I just did like a sub 3-hour marathon. All out heart rate training. Like it's crazy, bro.
You're making me want to go run right now.
Dude, do heart rate training. I swear it's so weird.
And you can do that on anything, like a bike or like elliptical.
Yeah. It's weird.
It's got to be more difficult, I would think.
When I first started, bro, like my heart rate after COVID, like my pace is like a 1040 for a low heart rate run. And like just the other day, I held an average 9-minute and 30-second pace. And my average heart rate was like 151.
Okay.
So like you see the progress, you feel it.
Right.
But like and occasionally like you have your speed workouts still.
Right.
To where you're pushing it, but still not like.
And then the speed workouts help your rate.
Correct.
Yeah.
That'll help your speed.
Yeah.
Like pushing that heart rate. but not to the max. Like, you don't want to like gas yourself out.
Right.
Because then you wouldn't even be able, if I do that, let's say on the Tuesday, I have a speed workout and I'm just like on my back afterwards. Like, it's not even gonna, like, I got an easy run tomorrow I have to do. I probably won't even be able to do it because my legs are going to be cooked. My lungs are going to probably be hurting.
Right.
So it's like, I mean, it really just depends on what you're training for. I'm not going to tell somebody they shouldn't train like that, but if you're going to do long distance, heart rate all day. I'll live and die by that.
I have to take that into consideration the next time I start running.
I'm telling you, bro. I feel like you'd like it.
I think
You'll
I will.
see.
And it
feels
kinda,
weird, bro. You feel like you're just running slow.
And it probably adds a whole nother like aspect to running, because it's not, you're not just focused on the distance and how quickly you're gonna get through it. You're focused on like your heart rate and just keeping it that.
Yeah,
it's almost like another goal.
Yeah.
In a sense, like, because you're trying to get your speed up but keep your heart rate down.
And it comes with it, bro. If you just stick with it, it's just consistency.
Right.
If you commit to it, you stick with it, you'll see it. You'll see it start to go up. You really will. Not right away. Won't happen overnight.
Right.
Anything's gonna take time, but you see it, and it's how you're able to run all week. People are like, oh, I don't know how you run this many miles.
54 miles.
Yeah. You do it easy. I don't know how you like lift right after.
Right.
Like, my run's easy. Like, that's what it's meant to be.
Right.
If I say it's just like a 6 mile easy run, like 6 miles sounds hard, but
yeah,
like if you're not gassing yourself out, it's easy. It's just a matter of doing it.
Well, with that, let's wrap this up.
Yeah, I'm down for that.
I think we've been going for like over an hour.
Lost track of time.
An hour and 22 minutes. Is there anything else you want to talk about real quick before we wrap this bad boy up?
Yes. There's a Kobe Bryant podcast I just watched the other day, and he was talking about facing your fears and like the anxiety you get from it. Because he's like, you start feeling like fear. And like you ask yourself, like, what is it I'm really scared of? Like, never like accept like the first answer, because it's usually wrong.
What do you mean?
He's like, don't shy away from it. You know, like, how he described it as like, so if I'm at the free throw line and like the game's on the line, he's like, what do I need to be scared of? He's like, people ask me all the time, like, oh, are you scared to take that shot? It's like, why would I be? Like, what do you, like, you look within. And I was like, it's actually kind of deep. Because like I thought about that like with my running stuff. It's like, what is it actually that I'm scared of? Because usually it's nothing. He's like, am I scared I'm going to like let my teammates down? He's like, I do it all the time in practice. Like, they'll still be there for me. Like, what is it that I'm actually scared of? And I was like, wow, never really thought about it like that. Like, people get like so much anxiety from like their fears. And it's all just a matter of like people like pushing them away and not really addressing them. And there was another quote of just like how fear and doubt will never take you anywhere or get anything accomplished. Always just forgot how the end of the quote. But lead. Look it up. I had it in here. Oh, he said thoughts of doubt and fear never accomplish anything and never can. They always lead to failure. So those are a couple of things that I loved.
I like that, because if you focus on what you're afraid of, then you're not going to accomplish anything.
No.
You're just going to essentially let that like overwhelm you as a person. I mean, because I mean, you'll get anxiety over anything
all
that
bro.
Yeah.
It followed up. It was saying thoughts of fear can kill a man as speedily as a bullet can. Like, the anxiety would just demoralize you as a person.
Yeah.
It's just another one of those things, like, just think positive thoughts, like, and stuff like that.
So did you figure out what you were afraid of?
Yes and no. I figured out that I wasn't really scared of anything. It really just came down. I didn't really want to do it. I'm scared of the unknown, if anything. Because I'm like, what is it that I'm actually scared of?
I would say, from judging that situation, that you're scared of failure. Right?
Yeah, I guess.
You're scared of
just the what ifs.
You're scared of not being able, you're scared of being the person to not do something, to not do it, to not be disciplined.
Yeah. It's such a weird dynamic too.
It is.
Like, I think like, man, that's kind of bitch made. Like, I didn't run outside. But at the same time, like, I'm still getting like a 6 mile run in. It's on the treadmill, but
You still did it.
Yeah, that's the thing about it. It's like I still did it.
But you still beat yourself up over it.
Over not doing it outside.
Yeah.
There's times, bro. There's been times I laid my clothes out like knowing I'm gonna run outside the next day and went straight to the gym and I hopped on the treadmill, bro. Like, damn, that looks nice right now, but I'll set the tripod up in front of the treadmill, put a show on or something.
Oh, that's hilarious.
Just the easy way out. But yeah, just that. It's a lot of mental stuff with fitness.
I love it. I love it that you are always grinding. I know that I never have to worry about you not getting out of shape or
never that. I
just
can't.
Never that. I know you might eat shit food sometimes.
Yeah, I get slightly chubby.
But you're always lifting. You're always getting after it.
It's a must.
Good luck on your at your marathon.
Thanks. I'll need it.
I know you'll kill it.
Yeah, for sure.
All right, man. Let's wrap this up.
Sounds good.